alaikum and welcome to Titli's Busy Kitchen with me, Titli Nihan. My chocolate of choice is always a chocolate truffle, but they can be so expensive unless you make them yourself. To make chocolate truffles, we first of all need to make a ganache. No, that's a nash. This is a ganache, and it's simply a mixture of chocolate and cream. I'm going to make plain chocolate truffles, so I've got 300 grams of high quality plain chocolate here, 72% cocoa solids, and 300 ml of double cream, or you can use condensed milk. Now if you want to make milk chocolate or white chocolate truffles, you need to halve the amount of cream that you have for this amount of chocolate, otherwise your ganache may not set. The first task is to break up the chocolate into quite fine pieces, and you can either do it the hard way using a knife or use a food processor if you have one. Wicked! However you do it, put all the pieces into a large bowl. Put the cream in a pan and bring it to a boil over a gentle heat with stirring. Now just as it starts to come to the boil, take it off the heat and pour it onto the chocolate and mix well. And you should end up with this lovely dark chalky mix. Now I've split the mixture into two, and as you can see it's separated slightly. If yours does that, don't panic, because as it cools we can whip it all back together again. Now I've put it into two bowls because this is where your imagination can run riot. Into this half I'm going to add some orange zest so I can make some chocolate orange truffles, and this one I'm going to leave plain. I just whisk that in. Okay, now I'm going to pop these in the fridge for a couple of hours to set. This has been in the fridge for about half an hour. It's still slightly warm. Now you see it. Now you don't. After a couple of hours my ganache is set solid. Now if you're one of these frivolous people who has a melon baller, then woohoo for you. But I'm going to have to use a teaspoon, and I'm going to scoop out a bit of the ganache and take this and roll it quite firmly into a little ball. It's quite disgusting really. Then I'll pop it onto this tray covered in greaseproof paper and keep going. You don't really want to be holding onto the truffle for longer than you need to, because obviously it's going to melt in your hand. Look, it's taken me just 10 minutes to roll all those. I've got lovely sticky chocolatey hands and just over 40 truffles in two different flavours. These are the orange flavoured ones and these are the plain flavoured ones. Now we can have a bit of fun with the outsides. I've got some sifted cocoa powder here, and what I'm going to do is take 1/3 of the plain balls and just roll them in the cocoa powder. Pop them back on their greaseproof paper. Next one, roll it around, make sure it's well coated, and do the same with 1/3 of the orange flavoured ones. Next I'll melt 100 grams of milk chocolate over some boiling water in a bowl. Once the chocolate has melted, take a truffle on a cocktail stick or similar wooden skewer and just spoon over some of the melted chocolate. Then when it's fully coated, pop it onto some greaseproof paper. Plop. And the last lot, I'm just going to warm up the surface slightly and roll them in pink glitter. Of course you could use coconut or chopped nuts or whatever you want to coat the outside really. To give these as a gift you're going to need a box, and actually these plastic boxes are what our Chinese takeaway gives the food in. What I've done is I've printed off a pattern onto some sticky label and put them onto the box and lined it with some silver paper. And now I'm going to take these sweet cases and start putting some inside, and then start loading up with the truffles. And once I've got a good assortment of the truffles in, I can pop on the lid. A delicious assortment of truffles. Makes a great gift at any time of the year. Chocolate truffles make a great personal gift, and I wish somebody would give me a gift of handmade chocolate truffles. Are you listening? And a car wouldn't go amiss either. Nice sporty one. Join me next time in Titli's Busy Kitchen with me, Titli Niham. Until next time, Khuda Hafiz.